What's up, everyone? It is your girl, Gelbeauty-QM here, aka Grace, and I'm excited that my Secret Garden palette from Beaute Bar showed up today, honey. Super excited. So, I actually was over here already. I literally went home just to get this because I was that excited to have it in my possession. So, this is what the stunning, gorgeous, beautiful thing looks like. Look at this color story. It is stunning. However, as soon as I saw this color story, it made me think of another palette that I already owned. So, I feel like y'all should all know which palette I'm talking about. I'm talking about the Hella palette from Angelica Nikovic and Udenside. That was the first palette I thought of when I saw them reveal this. So I was like, they just added blues and more neutrals to it. Cause if you see right here, Angie's palette is quite similar to this one. So I was excited to be able to show and compare both of these just because I'm like, you know, I know a few of y'all told me you didn't get a chance to get your hands on Angie's palette. So now you have the opportunity to get a palette that's similar to Angie's. Now, it is kind of on the bigger side than Angie's, of course, but you get a few more neutrals and some blues that you don't get in Angie's palette if you need some everyday work colors to wear in addition to having some fun colors. So I feel like the Beaute Bar might be a good alternative for you all. I do have a link with Beaute Bar that's down below in the description box if you need to purchase anything or are interested in purchasing anything. But yeah, the first palette I thought of when I saw this palette was Angie's palette because I was like 100%. Then I literally thought of another one while I was at home picking this up, and I was like, this would be a good colorful versus muted. So comment down below and tell me if you're interested in this being one of the colorful versus muted videos, even though I feel like I already did this with one, but you know, like, I feel like we could do it again perhaps. And that is the Fall Magic palette from Unearthly Cosmetics. Y'all know they recently came up with the Spring Magic, and I figured out what palette I felt like was a dupe for the Spring Magic palette. Shout out to my girl Karen Harris. I was watching her declutter video, and she opened up the two Tarte holiday palettes, the one from 2023 and the one from 2022. And as soon as she opened up the one from 2023, I was like, it's a muted version of that the Spring Magic from Unearthly Cosmetics. I remember now why I couldn't show you all the palette because I didn't own the palette. I still feel like it's one other palette though that looks similar to that's just not coming to my mind. But that's the first one I could put my finger on that I felt like looks similar. But back to this. So I feel like this is just a muted version of this palette, if you will, because see, it has a muted greens, it has a muted neutral tones, and it has a muted like pinkish berryous tones. The only thing it doesn't have is the blue. So I feel like this could be a good colorful versus muted situation. If you all are interested, comment down below and let me know. But I don't really have too many other palettes to compare to it. I mean, I guess we could compare the strawberry milkshake from the same brand to this palette if you all wanted to, just because it does have those pinks and those greens. It just doesn't have any of the neutrals or the blues. So the majority of the palettes that I show are just going to focus mainly on the pinks and the greens, not necessarily have the muted colors to it. But I guess, let me see, did I bring that one? Because I thought I left it here. Hopefully it's right here. So this could be somewhat similar to it if you want a smaller one. However, I think this one was, I don't know if this one's still on their website or not, but this is what it looks like. If you're interested in purchasing, you can use code FRIZZFACE. That's Kara or Beauty and Frizz's code. But yeah, I feel like this is a miniature version of this one too. If you're more concerned just about the pinks and the reds and the greens in the Beaute Bar palette, then you might just want to get your hands on that one. But like I said, I don't know if that one's still in stock or not. I know it's one of the ones that they had already changed the formula on, so I don't think the formula needs to be changed again. So they might still have it available. Don't quote me. I know she discontinues stuff and moves stuff around a lot of times, so I honestly don't know. Don't quote me. But let me zoom you in real quick and cute like. You can comment down below and tell me which lipstick side you like better. I'm doing that dupe video I told you all about where I test the Westman Atelier lipstick up against the Essence lipstick. And the Essence is $5 and the Westman Atelier is $50. So we gonna see how they wear, girl, because $50 for a lipstick and then you still gotta buy a refill afterwards. Like, I'd rather just buy the $5 one over and over and over again. Because they have 8 colors of it. I could buy all 8 colors and still have paid less than for this one Westman Atelier lipstick. So anyway, comment down below and tell me what you think. I'm gonna go off camera and get my life in order. I'm testing the foundation too, so you can tell me which side you like. Do you like the skin tint side? Do you like the foundation side? Which one? Because I'm testing Lisa Eldridge as well. But I will talk to you in a few minutes after I figure out what I'm gonna do with these eyes. I'm trying to debate if I want to do one look or 2 looks, because I feel like I want to do like a muted blue and brown situation and then do the classic green pink situation. So I think we might go ahead and do that. Anyway, I'll be right back when I figure out whatever it is I'm gonna do. Okay, girl? Okay. Okay, y'all, so this is the eye I came up with using the Secret Garden palette. So this is the first eye. I'm gonna do a blue look, so that'll be the second look. But so I just kind of jumped around the palette. I used this pink to start off with. This is on the lid. This is on the lid. This green is in the inner corner. This is toward the middle of the eye. this is in a little peak of the eye, and then this is toward the back. So I literally just jumped all around this palette because I was like, oh, and these are the two transition shades I started off with. So this one and this one. I just kind of mixed them together, went back and forth to get the shade I needed. But yeah, y'all sit up here and listen to the Jaguar like right lady or whatever. Because I don't know if y'all be listening to her, but like the predictions she be making be true. And I had heard about her like a while ago, and I watch like sometimes or whatever when she has like a video with these street stars or street life, or I forgot exactly what the thing is. So they had like some bonus footage of like the interview they had did with her, where she talks about like Diddy and all this other stuff or whatever. So I was like, okay, I'll watch that while I'm doing my eyeshadow. So I was watching it, and then I just paused it down, and she was talking about religion and like some other stuff. So I was like, interesting. So what I did was I dipped into the shade Wonder, that's the light brown, and then I dipped into the darker brown, which is called Hidden Root, I believe that's how you say it. And I just dipped it back into Wonder again, and that's how I got like the transition color to be the shade that I wanted it to be to start off with. So y'all know I normally would put it higher, but I was like, let's put some of these neutrals to work, because y'all know I'm not gonna like most likely do just a neutral look. I might like in the future, but like first trying this palette out, I'm not gonna do that. We all know that. So I was like, let's be realistic. She's not doing any of that. She's not doing any of that, like any of it whatsoever. So yeah. But yeah, so I'm just trying to figure out what I'm eating for lunch, y'all. I'm telling you, like, I already said this in another video, but I'm like, I'm hungry, girl. So I think I'm just gonna head down to Panda Express and pick something up, because I need to eat. I need to eat before I continue making a whole bunch of videos. But these are the two like main videos I want to get done. I'm wearing the Fenty Beauty new luminous hydrating foundation. So I'm starting with this pink shade called Rose. That's the one I put toward the very front of the eye right here. So start off with that. But yeah, so I'm like, Panda Express it will be. I'm going to try to film as much as I can today. The last video I always do of the day is like makeup releases, so I have something easy to do, and then I can just go home and edit like everything. But I got like a whole bunch of boxes sitting around me, and I'm trying to decide what exactly I want to do, because I kind of want to do 3 eye looks. Not with this palette, I mean like I'm gonna do 2 eye looks with this palette, and then I have like some colorful versus muted or like battle videos that I want to do. So I'm thinking about like filming a couple of those today, because I still got like a drawer full of colorful versus muted and some colorful versus muted sitting behind me I need to do. So that's why I kind of took a break from it, because I was like, I want it to be like a little series that comes back here and there that I do. So you won't see colorful versus muted again until like August, because over the summer I'm like, I plan on filming like the videos for it. So when fall comes, y'all will know what time it is. I might drop some ones that I put in those earlier videos, just telling you all what palettes I was interested in, like throughout the year if I don't feel like filming, or you know, I don't necessarily have a video planned, which for me sounds weird, water lily, but I'm trying to give myself grace, pun intended, and like, you know, not do so much. I was shocked that this one showed up as well as it did, especially with like my skin tone or whatever, but I did put it on a white base, so I figured that's what helps. And the fact that I didn't really like blend it out a lot, I tried to pack as much as I could and then blend it out, probably helped with that whole, you know, situation or whatever. But yeah, so I'm excited about hopefully summer coming soon. And now having to get up super early in the morning, because I think it's only like maybe 2 months left of school, because I think he gets out in June, and then I won't have to like rush to like get up after I get off work. So it's like I live for summer vacation, just because I'm like, you know. And then the only thing is, I don't know if like I'm gonna have to take him to like his track stuff for summer, because you know they have to train in the summertime, just like other athletes, even though it's not like their season of running. I'm gonna take this one out. It was Water Lily, the other shade, and what I did was I just turned it sideways and kind of like flared it out like this. So I just took this brush. This is an AOA Studios brush. It's part of a set they had. It's actually a really nice brush. I like that it's angled so they can do exactly what it's doing now. So I just kind of literally just turned it this way. And then I put like that darker blue that we're going to use in the outer V for the next look in between here. I'm thinking of doing like a smoky, like blue, brown look with the second one, so that way we can use a little bit of the neutrals. I don't know, but as you see, I kind of just winged it out like that. And then I connected it with the blue shade called Enchanted that I'm going to use in the next look. But I literally just like took this pencil brush, popped it in the corner, and just connected them like so. But yeah, y'all, do y'all watch the videos that Jaguar Wright be having? Because she talked about Cat Williams and how he's the one who actually inspired her to like tell her truth about stuff that's happening and like help other people out of like situations in life and stuff like that. So I'm like, interesting. Because I didn't know she had like hung out with Cat Williams or whatever, and she told this particular story about how he take a little bit more water, Lily, right here. Yeah, but she told this particular story about how he refused to do something, and then like this other celebrity never even thanked him for not doing it, but another celebrity was like willing and waiting in the wings to like do what like the network was asking, so that way he could get the check as opposed to Cat Williams and all that. And then once Cat Williams didn't do what they wanted, like all his problems started or whatever. So I was just like, oh, okay. Okay, so now I'm gonna take the glitter glue and then I started off with the shade Flora. That's the dark pink shade, and then I went into with Serenity, which is the other shimmer shade I showed you all. So kind of go into that and do that or whatever. I tried not to bring it like too high up. On the other side I didn't bring it too high up, so I'm trying to like keep it balanced the same way, and I didn't put any like where the outer V is, so I'm trying to again make sure I do it the exact same way. It was a little difficult using the brush that I used though, but you know, I already used it once, so we're just going ahead and use it again, girl. I think it's because I chose like flaky S shades and they're not easy to use with this particular brush. I'm wondering what's happened with Euphoria. Like, are they gonna have like the third season or whatever? Because I heard it was like a battle over money, and like for some reason the Sydney Sweeney chick thought she should get more money than Zendaya, and it's like Zendaya is the star of the show. So why do you think you should make more money than the person who is literally the star and the face of the show? You are a supporting character, you are not the main character, so why do you think you should make more than the main character? That's what I didn't understand, but I heard like the rumors that that's what was taking so long. It wasn't necessarily that the boy who played Fez sadly committed suicide a while back. It was that they were fighting over money, which I mean I'm not surprised by. I don't know, I just feel like I said, if she's started a show, that what makes you think you're gonna get more money than she is? Like, I don't understand like your thought process and logic behind that. If you were just a supporting character, I don't know why you think you should make more money than the person who like holds the show down and it is like the star of the show. Like, I'm not understanding any of that, but you know, whatever. When people start getting money, like their little egos get boosted by like the internet or whatever, and they be, you know, whatever. I'm gonna take the shade Butterfly now. We just put Serenity in the front, and Butterfly's gonna go in my inner corner. Yeah, so I don't know. I was thinking about putting the mint green shade from Ulta down my lower lash line, but I don't know if it'll go with the rest of like the looks I'm doing for today. So that's why I'm like, I don't want to do that. But otherwise, I would do that and probably run like the green or the blue on the lower lash line just to give a little extra oomph to the look. I would have put some eyeliner on, but I'm like, I didn't want to like mess up the whole vibe of the outer V colors and the fact that I put so many colors together. So that's why I didn't do that. But I'm gonna go off camera, get my life in order, take my look at me out there in sexy pictures. Random side notes, look at how amazing these shimmers look. Girl, look at them. So this is the shade Serenity. This is the Flora shade. This is the shade I'm going to use with the blue look. I put it together with this shade, and then I'm probably going to take this bottom one and put that in my inner corner or something. I'm not sure yet, but I was like, these shades just look stunning. And I was swatching to try to figure out which one to use because I had so many wonderful choices to choose from. So that's how we ended up seeing those lovely swatches on the back of my hand just now. Anyway, I'll be right back. Okay, girl? Okay. On to look 2. So I'm kind of disappointed in this shade Mist right here because I feel like it's blending in really closely with the shade Enchanted. But then I used Oasis, and I believe this is It's hard to read what that says. I'm sorry. I can't really exactly read what that says. So I use this little 4-piece set right here. Then I use the shade Gazebo at the top in the inner corner. I did these two again for transition shades. And I think that's pretty much it. I kept this one pretty simple. Oh, I used the brown shade on the outer V called Mahogany to bring like the neutrals in. Do one of those classic early 2000s looks. Well, not early, like more I guess like mid 2000s looks where y'all know they was doing all the like neutral tones, and then like every neutral tone palette had a pop of blue in it, and that was supposed to get me like excited about the palette, and that was their way of saying that they had did color. Really, you just put one single pop of color in here, and I was supposed to be excited about it, and I was, because at the time blue was like my most used color. I always like blue, green, and purple, but like blue was like my most like known one, so it was kind of just like, you know, I was excited because I'm like, ooh, yes, it's blue. It's blue in every palette. Yes, I need all the palettes because they have a pop of blue in them like a clown. But, you know, you gotten past that. Now I need all the purple and blue and green and purple palettes like a clown. You know, we've evolved. The clownery. At the end of this video, I think I'm actually going to swatch Angie's palette along this side, this palette, because like I said, originally, I know some of you all told me you wish you had got this. I'm going to grab Mahogany now. I know some of you all told me that you wish you had got Angie's palette. You didn't, so I wanted you to see how many shades in this palette are similar compared to like Angie's palette. So that's the only reason I'm doing it. Because normally, I wouldn't like do it and I wouldn't be bothered. Because y'all know I'm not really a swatching person to begin with. But I'm like, since I've had a few people tell me they wish they got Angie's palette. And I don't know if you all got it in the mystery box or not. Because she said her Hella palette and all her collab palettes were supposed to be in those mystery boxes that they sold. I don't know if you got them or not, but you know, I'm just gonna do some swatches real quick at the end to help you out, girl, to show you that this palette does have some similar ones to it. Now, I'm not saying the exact, but it does have some similar tones in it. I want you to see the undertones and the differences and all that type of stuff. I will do that at the end of this video. I just gotta remember to wipe the swatches off my hand of all the shimmer that I had on there earlier, because I went and did a video outside to insert in here for you all to see like the swatches of the palette and see the tones changing and all that natural sunlight. So I did that already. I'm gonna take the shade Mist now and start up the front of the eye. But yeah, so it just kind of disappointed me. I don't know, I'm still debating on lunch, y'all. Like, I have not gone and got anything. I filmed a video in between this video with the other eye look on. I'll film another video in between this one. And I'm going to debate on if I want to do these other eye videos or not. I feel like I should, because I don't have anyone bother me for lunch. It's like I can go pick up lunch, film those 2 eye looks I need to do. I got a couple of perfume videos I need to do. And then I need to do a new makeup releases. So I still got like 4 videos to do, even though I have filmed like 2 already, because this is the second one. But it's just nice to not be rushed doing whatever it is that you do. So I'm taking Enchanted now, because I feel like I'm always rushed in life. So it's like rare to just have a moment. I'm like, the Snif fragrances that, the Snif fragrance I ordered says it was out for delivery today, the Coca-Cola one. So I'm like, I'll see if I get time to do that tonight or not. I'm trying to wait on both of them to show up though, because I want to just do them both at the same time and not be like part 1, part 2 type thing, you know. So I know the Fleur Moonstone video along with Mango Mood is going to go up sometime this week. So y'all going to have a whole bunch of videos that, you know, go up the way the schedule used to be, just because I have so much new stuff and I don't want to have to sit and hold it for weeks and weeks at a time. So I'm like, this might be a week where you get a video just about every day. Or the next couple of weeks might be like that, because I have so much new stuff that I need to like make sure it gets out and want you to see while it's still new, as opposed to it being like super old and you be like, dang, like didn't you have this like 3 months ago? Like, lady, what's going on? So I'm just trying to kind of get that together. So the next couple of weeks, don't be surprised if you see a video every day the way you used to. I'm not doing it permanently. It's just I want to make sure that all the new things are out for you to see, so you can have your opportunity to decide what it is you want to buy and how you want to do it or whatever. So that's why. But yeah, so. Okay, let's get into these shimmers. So I'm gonna start off with the darker one, that couldn't see the name of. It has like a blue and purple shift to it, so I thought that would be nice. And then what I put on top of Oasis has a nice, more like, I guess, turquoises like shift to it, or a mint greeny shift. And I just like the way the combination looked on top of the eye, so that's why I put it on top of it, because I thought it looked really cool. You all can tell me down below if you think it looks cool, because I thought it looked really nice, and I was like, yeah, I want to have that combination on my eye because it looks stunning. And I think this one is one of those that has like the hollow shimmers in it. That's why these extra shimmers that you see, these extra glitters that you see popping when it comes to me putting this on my lid. So yeah, so this is what it looks like without the extra shimmer. As you can see, it doesn't have that extra mintiness to it that this side has because I haven't added it yet. But I did want you to see how it looks on its own, because the spot on the back of my hand even has like the mint shade on top of it, because I thought that looked so stunning. But that's what it looks like on its own if you don't add the extra shade. But I'm extra, and I think the shade Oasis goes perfectly on top of this, so I'm putting it on top of here and giving this extra oomph that I feel like the eye has and I like. Now, Oasis is one of those like flaky shades, so sometimes it makes it harder to put down, and it's easier to put it down on top of the other one, in my personal opinion, than on top of like the glitter glue, because I had difficulty trying to put it on top of the glitter glue when I did it. So I prefer personally to layer the flaky ones, or maybe you just need to use a certain brush, because with the brush I was using, I did notice it was difficult to do on top of the glitter glue alone. So it could just be the brush, not entirely sure, but I was just like, look. But you see what I'm saying? Like, I feel like in the crease right here, you don't see that much difference when it comes to the depth of them, inside of it looking, in spite of it looking lighter in the pan than this shade. I feel like when it kind of oxidizes down, it looks a little closer to the shade that I put toward the back than I would like. So that's my only complaint about that shade. Now we're going to take a Gazebo and pop that in the inner corner real quick. I got so much glitter underneath my eyes. I'm kind of like, I don't want to do other glittery eye looks because these shimmers were so glittery, and I don't have to like reapply concealer and all that, because I'm testing out 2 different foundations today and trying to compare them. So all this pink glitter down here is just kind of like, but yeah, so this is a finished eye look. I was trying to debate if I want to put eyeliner on or not. I might put the Milk, sorry, not the Milk, the Made by Mitchell Green eyeliner on with this. I'm thinking I should put a purple eyeliner on. Can you focus? Like, I think about putting a purple eyeliner on with this though, but I'm like, I'm kind of liking it just on its own again, like the other one, so we might leave it by itself. Anyway, just backing on up and talking about my thoughts on this palette before we get into these swatches. Ooh, that was too far. Okay, so my thoughts on this palette are, I'm impressed with the quality of it. I think the mattes blended out nicely and easily. I feel like the shimmers are nice. The only thing is the flaky ones, I feel like they can be a little difficult to work with sometimes, so that might be something you want to keep in mind. You might not necessarily be crazy about the flaky shimmers in the palette. I find that I like them better to layer, not necessarily on their own, but I know some people do like them. I just find them a little temperamental and a little difficult to work with, which is why I don't necessarily rush to them immediately. But let's get into swatching this against Angie's palette. So let's get to it. So I want to do the hot pinks for sure. So I'm gonna start off with the pink section. So the shade is Peony and Hella. So I'm gonna do Hella first, and then I'll do Peony. Hella. And then I'll do the shade with Rose too, just to see if the undertones in those are similar. Because I feel like the undertone of Rose is a little bit more like leaning pinkish purple, whereas I feel like the one in Flora is giving more tradition. So this is Hella, this is Flora, and then this is Rose. So I feel like Rose is a little more purple than this one does, but I feel like this one gives a little more warmer pink than this one does. So maybe if you combine them together, it looks similar to the color Hella. I don't know. Wipe off my fingers and move on to the next set of things. Now the greens in here are not going to be the same when it comes to the matte ones. Just off the bat, I can tell you that, because theirs is a very light, y'all know, saw pastel-y, weirdish, lime-ish type green shade. So those aren't going to be the same. I don't think the greens are going to be the same either, but I will swatch them. She has one called Ouroboros. I believe that's how you say it. And then I'll say Lock and Key. So we're going to do Angie's first, and then we'll do Lock and Key from Bella Beaute Bar. And it pulls a little bit like, with that turquoise, it's like undertone to it, which I find interesting. So now I'm thinking like the Lock and Key one isn't going to be exact. No, the Lock and Key one is more of like, I guess, a true deeper, more foresty green. So I'll swatch the shade Enchanted just to see if it gives somewhat of a similar tone to Angie's color. I feel like it might. So this is Angie's shade of Boris, this is Enchanted, and this is the shade Lock and Key. Again, they're not exact. I feel like they have little differences in undertone that makes them different, but I feel like this one you could pull off to look similar to that shade just because they both share that like kind of turquoise blue undertone to it, that's more of a greeny blue as opposed to just a traditional like out and out green, if you will. Now I know her shade is more of a aubergine deep tone, and this is more of a true brown neutral, but again I will swatch both of those as well. So that's the shade Suit and Mahogany. But just bear in mind, they're not going to look the same. I'm telling you right now, they will not look the same because hers has that like aubergine undertone to it, and this is just a traditional brown shade. Traditional deep brown mahogany shade with a more reddish undertone from what I'm seeing when I swatch it. Actually, when you swatch it, like, it looks pretty similar, believe it or not. So this is Hella, and then this is Mahogany from Bella Beaute. So far the shades are looking like similar, or that, you know, you can pass them off as being close enough in my personal opinion. So there's that. I don't think any of the shimmers are going to be the same either though, just because the green undertones in hers are different. With the sparkles like Fluorescence, I don't see that being similar to anything in here. I'm going to swatch some of the greens though, just because, you know, I feel like we have to. So swatching Fluorescence first. And then I'm swatching Butterfly. Theirs are more metallic, so you just have to keep that in mind. They have more shifts to them. Like Fluorescent is just like a very like limeish bright green, so I don't expect them to be the same. Shade Venom, I don't have one to match with it because the shade Imagine has a more blue undertone in it from what I remember just swatching in the swatches I showed you all earlier. I guess we could put River up against the one I can't name from Bella Beaute Bar, even though it's like I know they're going to be different in undertone, because that one, I remember Angie's pulling more bluish purple, and that one's just going to pull more like deep light blue and deep purple. But again, I will swatch them both because I'm here, you're here, we're all here. Not to mention this is one of those holographic shades, so it's going to have like the extra holographic shimmers in it. So this is it right here. This is Angie's shade from Hella, and this is the shade I couldn't pronounce in Bella Beaute Bar. I told you all they were not similar, and as you can see, the shimmers are not similar as well. So there are a couple of things in here that are similar. There aren't any that are exact. I forgot to swatch both the pinks, so let me swatch those real quick. I meant like the darker pink. So the darker pink is called, which I actually didn't use and I'm shocked about, Damask. So there's Damask, and then Angie's shade is called Goddess. So I'm gonna swatch Goddess first, and then I'll do Damask. Put toward the very front of the hand. Now I feel like Damask actually looks like it's lighter, but Bella Beaute Bar does have one that's deeper than this one, so I'll try to swatch that on the other side. My hand is gonna be a little bit harder. Okay, yeah, so this shade, what's it called? Strawberry. The shade Strawberry is looking closer to Goddess than this one is. So this is Strawberry right here. This is Goddess from Angie's palette, and then this is Damask. So as you can see, Strawberry definitely matches Goddess better than Damask does. So you can get some tones in it. It's not going to be exact because you're not going to have the lots of different green tones that Angie put in her palette to compare to this palette, just because, you know, whatever. I think there's one more shade I was thinking about swatching, but I don't even think those are going to be close. There's the weird lightish green shade against her shade Moss, but I can tell by the undertones they're not going to be shade because it's same, because it has more of a whitish like looking undertone to its green, whereas Angie's just looks like it's going to be, you know, more of a truish type mossy green, as it's called, moss. So I'm not going to swatch those, but I like the palette. I feel like you can get some similar looks with the Hella palette if you don't want to buy this palette, or that this palette will give you similar looks that you could get with the Hella palette, just based upon some of the undertones I swatched and showed you all. So just something to keep in mind if you didn't get your hands on the Hella palette. I tried to give y'all all alternative with this. And the palette, my Bella Beaute Bar link is down below if you are interested in purchasing this. So those are my thoughts on the palette. I was impressed with it. I like it. I wasn't crazy about the fact that it was so big, but it does give really nice looks to it. And at the end of the day, it's like you can take the singles out and rearrange and make the palette be whatever you want, which is another thing I like about the new style Bella Beaute bars, because with the pastel garden I can't do that, but with this one I can. So if I want to take out some shades, put in some different shades from Bella Beaute bar from other brands that fit this standard size, I can, and create my own custom palette to go places and do, or just do my videos that I normally do for you all. So that's why I am personally impressed and really like this palette. But those are my thoughts on it. Comment down below and tell me if you agree with me on it being close or a good alternative to the Hella palette. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds. Make sure you subscribe. My membership is down below if you're interested, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl.